Kia ora everyone, welcome to the Loser Podcast, the little bit salty podcast. We're both Adams boys and usually one of us gets our mother's love, but this week we're just dead to the world, dead to our mum. Kingsley never acknowledged us anyway, so it's nothing changing there, but how you holding up, mate?
Yeah, I'm alright. Trauma from our childhood, probably not best place here, but we're definitely sad to be losing. Definitely, could feel better, but also just happy to have a place to play basketball, virtual basketball, fantasy with a whole lot of good guys.
Yeah. Congratulations, Phil. Your players. When Kyle Anderson's your leading scorer, I know you planned that perfectly, so full credit to you.
And I'd like to congratulate Stu for once not winning on the last day. He won it on the first day, so well done.
Yeah, wasn't Karis LeVert his leading scorer as well?
No, he was third.
Oh.
But yeah.
Good pick
pretty close. Sweet. Season debrief. Cool. William, now that you're a loser, absolute turbo nerd, loser, awful fantasy player, what would you do differently this season? What's something you could have done differently?
I was actually checking through people's scores, going through the summary, and I checked on Kevin, and I saw that Kevin Porter Jr. had actually gone for 182 points this matchup, and I traded him.
That's a lot of damage.
I traded him for Miles Turner, who, again, my matchup, only played 2 games and went for 52 points. So if I had kept Kevin Porter Jr., I would actually beat Phil this week. But
okay, so that's this week. So that's why you lost this week, you think?
Well, that's the only reason I'll give here. So let's play.
Yeah, roll it. Hey! Yeah, right. Hey, what's the wise guy over here? Hey, wise guy over here, hey! Hey, best man of my wedding. Hey,
I know this guy my whole life.
We're not boys anymore. We're not boys anymore. I'm your regular age brother.
Oh. Well, hey, you're still my brother, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
So anyways, my regret, what I'll do better, because you're asking me back, right?
Yeah. You're my brother.
Hey!
Yeah, I ask you, yeah.
I got 2. Early in the season, Dame got injured. Phil was panicking. He offered DeJounte Murray, who is a very sexy man. He tried to trade me DeJounte Murray for Dame, and the time, DeJounte was averaging about 50, and Dame had been injured for about a week and had another few weeks left, and said, nah. Even though Dame's my favourite player, but I said no, and I hate it. Now I hate DeJounte Murray too, because he got me bloody 80 points total. He gave me a 12-point game this week, and that's probably why I lost. Was a few of my key pieces not performing, but another big one was about I looked at Karis LeVert, and about 10 minutes before I loaded up for that day onto the app, Stu had picked him. And so I think he got 130 or 140 against me, so that's about a 260 point turnaround if it was on my team versus on his. So that's probably what lost it for me, was Stu just being very, very good with his pickups. 10 minutes better than me.
He is, I would say, Stu's draft talent isn't actually, he's quite middle of the pack for his draft talent, but his waiver wire pickups is second to none with Stewart.
It's all those leadership courses he's done. They just get on his team and they catch the vision and they just want to do good for him. He's got great leadership skills.
All right.
Booth College admission.
Man, that Dame trade could have been huge if you'd picked him up whenever that was, but...
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got stories, but that's mine. And I'm sticking to it.
And alright, sticking to
Hey.
it. Hey. Alrighty. So, we thought we'd go through some end-of-season awards.
Award time!
Yeah, we've got some nice awards. James has been wanting to do this one all season. He's been asking me every week. He says, "Hey, can we do sexiest team?" Listen, I'm looking at these guys. I just want to talk about how sexy they are.
Yeah.
So every week I've had to turn them down and say, "Look, hold on, just calm down, all right? I know you.
It's
I know
my
you want to
time.
do this one."
It's my time now.
Sexy players. I think looking through, we've had a look through.
We have a look through.
Most teams, they've got either one or two sexy players. But
can we do a special mention?
Yep.
Was it honourable mention? Yeah. Most teams have one or two good lookers, but especially the sort of late round guys. That's a bit of a theme. Is like early and mid round, there's a lot of good looking guys, but I don't know if it's because their contracts are lower down the ratings list, but the lower drafted guys just aren't as good looking. But honourable mention to Sammy's team. He's got a few good lookers on there.
Yeah, Bradley Beal, very, very sexy man right there.
Very sexy man. Jokic. If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Serbian beer.
Yeah, that's the egg. Hey.
Mm-hmm. So anyways,
on to the winner. We had a look through, and with I think 4 or 5 very sexy men, we have Chris the robot. Yeah, give it up to Chris. We had number 1. I mean, Kelly Oubre Jr. Just
you get lost in his eyes.
I get lost every time.
I think we said this about his team last year when we gave him sexiest team last year.
Yeah. Well, you pick Kelly Oubre, you're almost a shoo-in to win based on that fact alone. But then you chuck in DeMar DeRozan. He's quite attractive, man.
And he's dangerous.
Yeah. Hey, that's a turn on. You've got Zach LaVine, teammate. Also, very, very good-looking man right there.
Powerful dunker.
Yeah, very powerful dunker. Was he a dunk champ?
Oh, not this year.
Well, anyways. Jimmy Butler, he's quite good-looking.
Big face. A lot to look at.
There is a lot to look at, and a lot of good to look at. And who else? Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but Chris, you're taking out Sexiest Team Award for this year. Congratulations.
Clutch, it's no surprise. It's Stu Irwin. We looked at the stats similar to last year when we looked at this. We had a scan of most teams winning by less than 50 points or 50 points or less. So it was most wins by 50 points or less. I think last year we just gave it to Stu based on the stats. This year there's a few similar numbers, but we just went. The narrative of Stu's case is so powerful, where the amount of times he wins on the last day or by a limited number of things or by one last push at the end, it's just uncanny how he can base a whole season of success, a little bit of skill and a lot of luck, and also a lot of good looks thrown in there. Stu, not his team. His team's terrifying to look at.
Yeah.
But well done, Stu. Clutch Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Big balls.
Congratulations there. Next up, we've got the Homegrown Award. So, Homegrown is the best drafted team that has remained on their original owner's team that they were drafted by. So, say somebody drafted
Giannis.
And
trades them away.
And gets back, I don't know, maybe Sabonis, maybe some other random player like Jalen Brunson,
maybe a couple random
throw-ins. Maybe a throw-in like, I don't know, Jeremy Grant maybe. That is no bueno, does not count because they were not from the original team. Well, Jalen Brunson was, but besides the point. So after a after a very brief look, it's Phil. Phil, you smashed the draft.
Daly man. Mostly my team from last year, I'll point out.
Oh. Does that say something about Phil, or does that say something about you?
I feel like he likes looking at me from behind. Is the feeling I get.
I think there's a few lads like that in this group who maybe not have said it out loud. I know Luke has, but just secretly admiring from afar.
You look but don't touch. That's my thing, guys. So.
I bet there was a lot of disappointed members of the group when you went on your 8-win run and they knew they weren't going to get their nudie calendar?
Well, I still owe everyone a nudie calendar from last year, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's coming, by the way. It's in the mail.
All right, it's coming in the mail. Next up.
Yeah, sweet. Best pickup. We're giving this one to Kevin David. It's a little bit underwhelming. It's not a top 10 pick. It is Markel Fultz.
Yeah.
Like within the first half of the season. So the best pickup, we went for longevity as well as success, because everyone, hopefully, except for Chris maybe, everyone streamed in someone who performed well over maybe a week or two, but we said, longevity is probably a big criteria for this. So with Markel Fultz was drafted quite early and has actually gone up to about 35 points per game. So well done, Kevin, picking him up. I think everyone had him on their list, and then you were just first in the gate.
Well, I actually had picked him up and was holding him for about a week or two, and then he decided to go for about -3 and a 0-point game, so which I dropped him, of course, like you would. And then when Kevin picks him up, he proceeds to go on to average 30 to 35 points. So really love that one, Kev. Next we got most improved player. So I think we might actually have different opinions on this, but my most improved player goes to Lauri Markkanen, because you go from a guy who was just a role player, what did he average, like 26, 27 points per game last year, up to a solid 41 points per game. That's almost top 30, if not top 30 this year. Yeah, incredible stuff from Lauri. Number one guy on that Utah team. He's been smashing it.
My opinion's a little more controversial, where I went from bottom, low bar, not to necessarily the high bar, but they raised their floor from scoring 0 points to scoring some points. And Zion Williamson, who played a game at least this season, and last season I would know that he didn't play anything. So no, I agree. Markkanen's pretty good. He did good.
You look at the production, and it's insane. You go from virtually nothing to
pretty good.
Some games. Hey, alrighty. Wait, sorry. Who is your real?
No, I'd say Markkanen. I agree with Markkanen. That's good.
Okay. And last up, we got
Buster. You some kind of Buster right now?
We've got some kind of busters coming up for you right
Some
here.
kind of Buster?
Did we agree?
What was that process? Yeah, I think we agree. So our process was, we had sort of two ways of looking at it. One was sort of injury train, which was pretty easy, just anyone. So you got obviously
first round
pick, injured from the start, and then never really kind of came in, was LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
There's a few other really disappointing ones like Cade Cunningham, Zion.
Cat on your team.
Cat on my team. A few others. But then we sort of talked around who actually was a bust where they played, but the expectations just didn't get met.
Yeah.
And so I think we had to go all the way into the third round to sort of find that sort of thing. So in the third round there was two. And the honourable mention there is Scotty Barnes. He got picked up third, who ended up on my team. But it wasn't a bust for me because I traded Kyle Lowry. But yeah, sort of 35 points per game, just not really enough for...
Yeah, that's James Christopher. You can tell he's a bit rusty, coming off a year off there. Picked Scotty Barnes, got all excited, and then just pressed the pick button on Scotty Barnes.
I mean, you're balls to the walls, but this man drafted Donovan Mitchell second, and it paid off.
It paid off.
And then he rolled the dice on bloody Scotty Barnes. It didn't pay off.
I think he really meant to put him in his queue, and he just drafted him. He's so excited. He's just, give me Scotty.
He wanted Scotty.
He should have waited on Scotty there. We'll see. I drafted crazy, but there was a method to the madness.
Anyway, we're dragging on.
Yeah, we're dragging on here.
Winner of the biggest buster is actually on the homegrown champions team, Phil Daly, drafting Rudy Gobert, not even averaging 34 points a game. Yikes.
Yeah, that's a bit of a yikes there.
They traded him, which is nice.
Yeah, traded him to me.
Oh.
And then I also found out how bad he was, and I flipped him for Kawhi and then Siakam. So, yeah, Gobert was a big bust from last year.
Super bust.
So I guess that takes us on to our predictions now for the finals. The two men who have just shattered our egos and thrown us to the wastelands. Yep. Phil and Stu.
Made me look like an idiot in front of my daughter. Anyway.
Damn. So should I get my take first?
Yeah.
So I've been ragging on Stu pretty much all season. Not really for much. Just ragging on him. And I think his team has really produced. He's got some really solid pieces there who just quietly go about their business, giving him solid points. But Phil he's the X factor. He's got the guys like Dame and Trey who will pop off, go crazy. He's also got Kyle Anderson. He'll pop off for you.
Great player.
And so I feel like if Phil's team are healthy and they're all playing, then he'll take it out easy. Yeah. No, so I'm taking Phil for this, I think.
Yeah, I think it does come down to pickups, and Stu's pickup game is probably better than Phil's. Phil's drafted team is probably better, but I'm gonna go with the Tin Man, Stu Irwin. When I made it into the playoffs, I made a big speech saying I'm carrying everybody. You guys were my korowai that I took into the playoffs with me, and then I proceeded to get trampled on it as Stu ran over me. But on the way, I handed up Stu the korowai, so now he's carrying it for me. So he's carrying me and all of the other fallen comrades with me. I think that that I got to bring with me. So Stu, you got my vote, and just pick up Karis Laverde, and I think you should be sweet.
Is that a bit of, do you think that's Stockholm Syndrome? We're both cheering for the person who beat us.
He beat me. He's obviously the best.
He's the best. He must be the best. He's going to win.
My God, he's the best man alive.
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. I've been conditioned years and years and years of,
Yes, Stu's been beating me down for years.
Beating me down for years and years and years. Great
He was a young boy when
it's
he
a great
met him.
youth at Jenny, and he started beating me down. And
How
my
old you as a
experience-
young boy?
And my history with Phil is he made me go to Laidlaw for a year, and I hated it. So that's why I'm voting for Stu.
You got a bit of Stockholm built up there against resentment from
A little bit of resentment.
1 year of Laidlaw.
I love Phil, but man, he put me in Laidlaw, so can't back him in the final.
Well, he beat me, so my love is infinite.
So you have to be
for Phil Day.
Okay, well, anyway, thanks for coming to my backyard and watching our video all the way to the end, because you guys are great friends. Bye.